Good afternoon. This is Brett Hayworth for Siouxland Public Media. The Iowa Supreme Court is set to hear oral arguments Thursday about Iowa's law that bans most abortions after a so-called fetal heartbeat is detected as early as 6 weeks of pregnancy. The law isn't being enforced while the legal challenge plays out, which means abortions in Iowa are still legal up to about 20 weeks of pregnancy. Last year, a tie vote by the Iowa Supreme Court prevented the so-called fetal heartbeat abortion ban passed in 2018 from taking effect. Therefore, Republican lawmakers held a one-day special session in July to pass the abortion ban again. Republican Governor Kim Reynolds says she's optimistic the court will let the law take effect.
We've passed the heartbeat law twice in the state of Iowa. It passed by a larger majority this last go-around in a special session, so we're anxious for them to argue before the Supreme Court, and we look forward to the outcome.
Planned Parenthood challenged the law, arguing that it would ban the vast majority of abortions and put women's health at risk. The court is expected to issue a ruling by the end of June. Additionally, South Dakota for years has lagged behind other U.S. states for the production of solar power, but the launch of 2 large solar farms and the availability of new tax incentives have created the possibility that the state might soon see a hotter market for solar, South Dakota News Watch is reporting. The solar industry in the state received a jolt when a medium-sized solar farm began producing electricity near hot springs last fall. Now, a new solar farm became operational on 2 square miles near New Underwood in March. Until last year, South Dakota had only one small utility-scale solar farm near Pierre, and solar accounted for just a fraction of a percent of the state's overall power generation. The 2 new solar farms are tapping into substantial new clean energy tax incentives from the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act that's in place for developers for solar generation facilities. The tax breaks come at a time when energy companies are moving away from coal-fired plants and power producers are seeking to diversify the sources of energy they produce. However, industry experts say that while renewable energy options are gaining, the American power grid will continue to rely partly on coal and natural gas due to their ability to generate power on a consistent basis, South Dakota News Watch has reported. For Siouxland Public Media News, I'm Brett Hayworth.